guys, Alex here. I wanted to make like a proper introduction video. Let you guys know what type of records I like to collect, what type of records I grew up on, you know, what I think about like audiophile pressings or discussions or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll start by saying that I like to collect all types of music. You know, I probably have around 1,200 records right now in my collection as of this video, and just all types of different genres. You know, I got rock, funk, pop, hip hop, African stuff, Brazilian stuff. I got country, psych shit, you know, electronic stuff here and there, all types of stuff. You know, like what you know, if it captures my ear, you know, I'm gonna like want to investigate it and you know really dig deep into it and you know, and if I really like it, I'm gonna buy it. You know, but anyway, yeah, like I guess my favorite genres as of late have been like funk, reggae, African music, and Brazilian music, and hip hop always, you know, because I grew up on hip hop. So hip hop is always like hip hop is like foundational for me, you know, because I grew up in the '90s, and you know I remember my mother buying me an Eminem CD. Because you know I liked his like first singles, you know, My Name Is, and all that stuff, and it was just so you know captivating, you know, as a child, you know, the rhythms, the big booming hip hop music, and of course his like nasally voice, his just off kilter rhymes, you know, just that was just so like you know, I mean, as a child I didn't know what was going on obviously, but like just the whole you know just the whole thing was just like a made an impression, you know, and so, you know, I asked my mother to buy the CD, and once she actually heard what was on it, she kind of fucking, you know, hid it away. so, so yeah, I mean, like that's the thing, you know, like you know, when I was like around 10 years old, 11 years old, I'm saying is like, you know, I was like the music I was listening to, that was the music I was wanting to buy, you know. So yeah, like I said, like you know, I'm not like a lot of older people on the vinyl community, you know, where they grew up in the '70s and '80s, and they're talking about all these fucking like classic rock acts and buying their records, and you know, like I got into classic rock, you know, after the fact, you know, like, so that's why I'm kind of not really like biased towards that type of like era or those type of sounds. You know, I like lots of rock, lots of you know classic rock stuff or whatever. But there's also stuff like lots of stuff of that era, that type of like genre that I don't really give a fuck about. Like, you know, I just you know like people talk about Led Zeppelin a lot, Who, Faces, you know, fucking all those like bands. Like you know, like I don't, you know, like I like songs here and there, but like, you know, like Led Zeppelin, they bore me. You know, like I don't think I've ever gone through like a full album like front to back. You know, like in one sitting. You know, like there's like you know, I'll like a song here and there, but then after a while, I just get fucking bored, man. You know, it's just not for me. You know, classic rock wise, you know, I love like Thin Lizzy, you know, Black Sabbath. Neil Young, stuff like that, you know, like lots of other groups too. But I'm just saying that, like, you know, I'm very like kind of critical of the whole like classic rock stuff because to me a lot of times it's very trite, you know, it's just like, you know, stupid, whatever. There's like a good quote from Public Image Limited from one of the members, I think his name is John Wobble. He said that like I think in an interview back then, I guess when they were asking him about the kind of music that they make, you know, he made a statement about like that rock is obsolete. You know, even back then. You know, even more so nowadays, right? You know, rock is like, you know, it's moved more underground. You know, not to say that rock isn't like there's no good rock music made, but in the mainstream, you know, in the youth, in the kids' eyes, you know, most young people don't give a fuck about like, you know, classic rock or rock in general, because that's not really what's like popular, you know, on the radio. You know, you get a lot of like, nowadays a lot of like hip hop influence, a lot of like electronic pop stuff, you know, all that shit, you know. So anyway, I'm just saying that anyway, getting back to like what I was talking about earlier about different genres that I like to listen to. Yeah, hip hop, funk, reggae, Brazilian, and African, you know, and you know, I also, you know, I'll pick up a country record here and there. You know, I like some country stuff. I like some electronic stuff. I like some psychedelic stuff. All that stuff. You know, I like that. You know, whatever. You know, if it's good, it's good. But like I said, like I guess like the reason why I like African stuff, Brazilian stuff, is because it's funky, it's groovy, and that's what I really mainly look for in music. You know, funky, groovy, things that make you dance. You know, I like things that make me move. You know, but I love to dance. You know, I love to like move and get crazy, whatever. And I like also music with messages. You know, I like a good message. You know, I love like songs that talk about cultural stuff, social stuff. You know, and you know, you know, I listen to a lot of hip hop. You know, so like I mean, that's all about the Black experience, right? You know, it was started by, you know, African Americans in New York. You know, and Puerto Ricans, I guess, but like, you know, I mean, the majority of the hip hop, you know, especially in the '90s, was produced by Black artists, and so it's just naturally a reflection of like their experience, and that's why I like listening to the reggae that I listen to, because it's, you know, the topics, the issues that they talk about will never go out of style, unfortunately, because you know when they're talking about like, you know, Babylon or the Man or whatever, I mean, like, you know, I feel like that hasn't gone away, right? You know, this whole fucking Trump bullshit, this whole fucking far right, you know, anti-woke, you know, kind of groups, you know, like it's just like, you know, these little like fucking you know, fucking like, what's the word, Antichrist, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. These people are bad. Anyway, not to get too political, but yeah, that's why I like to listen to music that I listen to. You know, I'll talk more about these kind of stuff, these issues more later on in videos. You know, because I have a lot of thoughts about all this stuff. You know, the importance of music in society, and you know how they reflect upon each other, you know, the music and society, because you know it's a give and take, right? But anyway, I should show you some records that I have that will probably give you an idea of what I collect. I love this record, The Clash, London Calling. One of the greatest records ever. This is a brilliant record. You know, sounds fucking awesome. It flows brilliantly. The songs are, you know, meaningful. Some of them are satirical. They're fucking